What is going on, everyone? It is Tyler McKinney back here again, and we have all three spring leagues to talk about. That's right, we got the MLFB and the new head coach that they just announced. We have the USFL. I got some stuff I want to talk about with that, and we're also talking about the XFL. Why? Well, we don't know yet, but big things are happening. Today, The Rock posted on his Instagram page a video of him breaking out the bottle of making himself a drink of his own tequila and saying that, listen, guys, pop the top because it's time for some big news, big announcements, big things are happening in the XFL, and they're going to be announcing that here soon. What is that? We have absolutely no idea. Could it be the cities? Could it be the teams that they're going to decide to keep or not keep or have? Is it going to be new coaches, head coaches? Is it going to be, some other partnerships, some deals, some stuff? We don't know. Personally, I would love to see the team names that they're going to have next year and the cities that they're going to be in and, what teams are going to be in what cities. That's the information that I want to see first and that I'm waiting on. That's what I'm hoping to see. I don't know. I would love to know your thoughts down in the comment section. Now, moving on to the MLFB, and they've released their next coach. And listen, this isn't anything to call home about. This isn't, going to be a head turner. This isn't a guy that everybody knows. But I think that this is a great choice for them. And being an Ohio boy, this just is warm and fuzzy to me because this is a guy who played football at the Ohio State, was on the 1968 championship team, was not a head coach, was a coach there, was head of recruiting there. He was under, John Cooper, under Jim Tressel, had some of the best recruiting classes ever, and, launched guys into the NFL. He was at Ohio Dominican, and coached there and did well there in Division II ball. This is Bill Conley. Like I said, the name's not going to ring a lot for a lot of people, most Buckeye fans might not even know who he was, but he was very instrumental in, building up some of those great Buckeye teams. And I think that that's what they're looking to do with him here. I think he's a great pick. He was a great head coach, at Ohio Dominican, had great seasons, great winning teams, he knows how to recruit and he knows how to develop guys to take them to the next level. And that's what they're really trying to do in the MLFB. So it's just a no-brainer. It makes sense. I think it's going to go well. Personally, if I was going to bet on it, I would put money that he's going to be the head coach of the Ohio Force. It makes sense. Ohio boy there and, a local guy with the local team, trying to win games. It makes sense. So all in all, I think it's a good hire. It's a great hire for them. It's not flashy, but I think that his teams are going to win games and they're going to be one of the better teams in this league. Now, turning our attention to the USFL, I just want to take some time and just enjoy what's happening there. We're getting bits and pieces on social media of what's going on. Last week they reported to camp. They spent, the latter part of the week actually, out on the field, practicing, in team meetings and, photo shoots, all this stuff. And it just looked like the guys were having fun. Now, I will put the caveat out there because I know social media, we get just a small tidbit of reality of what's actually happening, and they only show us what they want us to see. So I get that. But from what I see, it seems to be that guys are really enjoying it. They're enjoying themselves, enjoying being there, and, enjoying playing the game that they love. And for me, it's a nice contrast because we've been having all of this stuff with the NFL and most of it's been tailored around negative stuff, whether it be the player carousels, the quarterback stuff, this quarterback's disgruntled, this quarterback's got this going on, this person has these issues, this person has that issues, or the financial things, X amount of dollars, they got to release so-and-so because they need to get under cap, they can't take so-and-so here, he doesn't want to go there. It just, all of it, is just kind of has a negativity about it. It's just, it doesn't have that feel good thing about it. And what I'm seeing from the USFL, it does feel good. And I really do feel like this is something that started with the XFL, and we saw that when the XFL, was, done, and they were doing these articles about the XFL, and they were interviewing coaches and players, and people, these coaches were talking about how they found a love for the game again, and how the game became fun for them again in that league. And listen, I know, I get it. When we're describing these things, you got guys in the NFL that, are making millions in guaranteed money. And, you look at these guys in the USFL and, in some places, they're making a living wage. In other places, maybe not. But it's an opportunity to make money doing what you love. And I think most people, if you actually put it in front of them, would actually take that. They would find a way to continue on with their dream, whatever it be. And you know what? They would find a way to make it work, another job, as long as that dream's alive and they can make money, or at least there's, that, kind of the light at the end of the tunnel and making money doing that. I think that these guys, would jump at that. And I think that most people would jump at that. And if you ask me, I'd say, listen, you're 25, 26, 27 years old. You got your whole rest of your life to do all of the other things. Take this time. You're not going to get it back, and really follow your dreams and see what you can do. And I really believe that that's what these guys are doing, and they're having fun doing it. It'll be interesting to see what happens and what transpires. Now, when, you look at this thing, I know that there are people that are out there saying, I just don't feel like there's enough talent, to really have all of these spring leagues, let alone maybe even just one make it. There's just not enough talent for that. And I don't agree with that, but I don't even think you need to look at it from that perspective. For me, there's really two questions that need to be answered. And if they answer them, I think that this is going to be successful. And I think it's going to do really, really well. The first thing is, can they put a good product on the field? Now, we know from their rules that they are, copying, that they're taking from the XFL and understanding that people loved the dynamic game that the XFL was, the fast-paced, the football style that they had there, and they're trying to infuse that into the USFL. And so, I see that happening. And remember, these guys were the best of the best in college. We're not talking, about guys that were just good. And so I think if you could get them on these teams, if you can get that camaraderie there, which we are starting to see, like I said, through these social media posts, the guys seem to want to be there, and, they're the guy there. This isn't, they're fighting for that final spot on the roster so that they can get a paycheck and continue on with their dream. They're actually going to be playing on the field. And you can see the excitement because they know that. They know they're the guy. They, whether it be QB1, whether it be, the inside linebacker, they know that they're going to get time on the field and actually get to play. And hopefully that translates into, instead of like a me thing, it can be kind of like what the XFL was. I mean, these players rallied around each other. These coaches, they came together to win games, to win a championship. And if they can do that in the USFL, I think that the product on the field will follow. I really, really do feel like if these guys can come together, buy into what the coaches are giving them, and I think that you're going to see some really fun, fast-paced, good football games. And the second question then is, if we can get a good product, will people watch it? And I think people will, and we've already seen that with the XFL. People were watching the XFL. How big will it be? I don't know, but I can tell you, with it being Fox and with it being NBC, not only are they going to have their games on, but they're going to be having their major shows talking about and breaking down these games. They're going to have that as part of it, to where they're going to get eyes on this sport, on these spring leagues, on the USFL, and they're going to create stars. You're going to have these new stars, or guys like, Teamu, who might, name might resurge, Shea Patterson might resurge, might have Mike Weber Weber from Ohio State, his name, he might be but you might have some new guys too, some diamonds in the rough that we've never heard about that might rise to the top, and they'll be talking about these guys, which I think in turn will create more interest, and I think that this thing will just explode. I really, really do. I think that this will be actually the first time after the very first USFL that we're going to have a spring league succeed and get to a second season. This is exciting for me because I really do believe that it's going to happen, and I think they're going to be able to pull it off. I think we're going to be talking about guys that, these new household names in this league and what it means, and then we're going to be talking about where does the USFL go from here? How can the XFL build off of what the USFL has done? How are they going to counter that? I'm looking forward to all of these conversations that we're going to be having coming up here in the future. So with what we're seeing right now, I'm really excited about it and I get it. I'm a glass half full guy, and I look on the bright side. I try to look for the positive things, and what I'm seeing here is a lot of positive. And I know that there are things out there that are still up in the air. I know that there are things that we can gripe about. But listen, we're going to be getting spring ball coming up here in just a few weeks, and we shall see. I'm hoping for the best, but you never know. Now, as always, I want to know your thoughts down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. What do you think about the USFL? What do you think about what you've seen so far? The MLFB, do you like where they're going, what they're doing? The XFL, what do you think their big news is going to be? I would love to know down in the comment section. Let me know down there. And also, too, if you are anybody that's associated with the USFL whatsoever, and if you have any context, let me know. I would love to know what's happening. I'd love to hear from the boots on the ground, what's actually going on in camp, who are the guys standing out, what's it like in the locker rooms, what's kind of, the feels, how are people, thinking things are going, what's transpiring, what's happening. I'd love to know. Let me know down in the comment section. I'd love to have them on here, coaches, players, whoever. I would love to talk with them and have them on and discuss things with them. That would be, awesome. It would be cool. And I know you guys would love to hear it as well. All right, guys, listen, I know that you're busy and I know that I'm busy. So let's get on out of here. You have a good night. Bye.